going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before. I think America as a whole in 1973 and 1974, not just my view, but obviously the administration, missed the opportunity to deal with the energy crisis that was before us. For a long time, our entire energy policy came down to cheap oil. This is an opportunity. What used to be long-term problems, be they in the healthcare area, energy area, education area, fiscal area, tax area, regulatory reform area, things that we had postponed for too long that were long-term are now immediate and must be dealt with. This crisis provides the opportunity for us, as I would say, the opportunity to do things that you could not do before.
There, and he said, never waste a good crisis. And when it comes to the economic crisis, don't waste it when it can have a very positive impact on climate change and energy security. And that's what
we had a roundtable, and they were talking about fentanyl. It was virtually not coming in to the area. It wasn't coming through the border at all. We had the border so closed, the best ever. And now it's coming through at levels that they've never seen before, just pouring in. Because, we're not only talking about people. Millions of people are coming in. But we're talking about drugs. We're talking about human trafficking, the human trafficking. And by the way, mostly women. I hate to say, not children, not men, mostly women. The human traffickers, we had them down to a halt, and now they're going at a level that they've never even thought imaginable. We had it close to stop. Now, this is a worldwide problem. It's all over the world. But we had them, this part of the world, it comes through the southern border, human trafficking, and it's a terrible thing. No lower form of life than people that do that, and they make a lot of money. They make more money than the drug dealers, they say. And we stopped them and the drug dealers. We did a job like nobody thought was possible. And we made deals with Mexico, and we made deals with Honduras and Guatemala and El Salvador. And I told the story just before. I don't want to bore you with it, but most of you weren't around that round table. And by the way, Brandon, I see my Brandon. How good is Brandon, Border Patrol? And Mark, thank you very much. And Tom, there's Tom Holman. He's central casting. If I'm doing a movie and I want to get a tough guy to play something, I'm going to pick Tom Holman. I said, you guys better be there, and your whole group. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Really fantastic. I mean, just a fantastic job. I say, all Biden had to do is go to the beach. If he would have just done nothing, we would have now the strongest border we've ever had. It was even getting better and better and better because it was all kicking in. But I tell the story about, they couldn't bring MS-13 back into the various countries from which they came. And I said, why is that? Well, sir, they don't take them. They didn't take them under the Obama administration. Sir, they just don't take them. I'm sorry. I say, do we pay them money? Because we're a sucker. We pay everybody all this money, like every nation. We pay money to China. You saw that with the Wuhan lab. We give money to the Wuhan lab. By the way, did you notice who stopped it? They don't like to say, I stopped it. When I heard, and I must say, I stopped it rather innocently, Governor. I said, just let me ask you a question. we're giving money to China. It wasn't about virus at that time. I stopped it because I say, why the hell are we giving money to China? It was a very simple, but they started it. I heard we were giving money to China, and I stopped it. I said, they don't need our money. They're doing just fine. What I did give them is massive tariffs. That's what I did. They were paying us billions and billions of dollars. We saved our steel industry and everything else. But when you look at what's happened, and when you look at the job that we've done, and when you look at the results that we have had, and all of the statistics, no matter what you look at, it's the greatest job ever done in history. And it didn't work out too well. There you are. The Democrats went after him like you wouldn't believe. But he did a test. Did I ace it? I aced it. And I'd like to see Biden ace it. He won't ace it. He'll get the first two. There's 35 questions, and the first 2 or 3 are pretty easy. They're the animals. Is this a lion, a giraffe? When he gets to around 20, he's going to have a little hard time. I think he's going to have a hard time with the first few, actually. But so to do it again, you have to go back, stay in Mexico. That was very hard to get. That took us litigation, dealing with Mexico. I really think the president of Mexico is a great guy. Surprisingly, he wants to see this worked out because he has people pouring through his country by the millions, by the way. Not, I see 100,000 here. For every person you catch, and these experts say 4 or 5 get through, but I think it's a much higher number than that. It's a big border. I think it's a much higher number. Now, the wall has stopped a lot of it, and you're going to finish up some of the wall, and maybe they're going to finish it up. They're under a lot of pressure to finish it up, so maybe they're going to finish it up. Tom is probably saying, I doubt it. I mean, the real question is, do they really want open borders? Or are they incompetent? There's only 2 things. You're either incompetent, or for some reason you have a screw loose and you want to have open borders. Now, the problem with the open borders is that countries are opening up their jails. They're opening up their prisons. You guys see this. And they're letting all their prisoners out. You notice their prison populations are way down. They do it very slowly because they don't want people to know this, but I know it. And they're letting all of their murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and human traffickers out. And they're coming into the United States of America at a level like we've never seen. They weren't coming in with us. And in fact, one of the quick stories I tell is that when we first started, I said, get them out. And I said really more than anybody, I guess, to you, Mark, you and Tom, I said, get them the hell out. The MS-13 gang members, who they say are the worst in the world, they certainly might very well be. I see what they do with knives, where they cut them up into small people. They cut people up into small pieces because it's more painful than using a gun. I said, get them out. And Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador would not accept the people. Under the Obama administration, they wouldn't take the people. So the people came back to me just routinely, sir, I'm sorry, but they won't take them. I said, who won't take them? Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, they won't take the people back. I said, oh, really? Why? They don't want them. I said, okay. How much money do we pay them? Sir, we pay them $500 million a year. What does that have to do with it, sir? I said, a lot. We're not paying them anymore. And then I got a call the next day from the heads of the 3 countries. We would love to take MS-13 back. They are wonderful people. We'd love to have them back where they belong. And we never had a problem after that. But now I understand they're not taking them back again, because we don't deal with those countries right. I got along with the 3 people plus the president of Mexico beyond. He's a fantastic man. He really is. He's a fantastic man. Very different persuasion. His thought process is very different. Could be on the socialist side. But I'll tell you what, we worked along really well together, and he's a terrific man and a terrific person, and he loves Mexico. I will tell you that. But we opened it up. They used to have airplanes on the runway, so we couldn't land our planes with their MS-13 horrible criminals in the plane. So we couldn't land them. We couldn't get buses back. And once I did that, they took them all back. So we had all these great policies going, and they were all ended. One day they were ended. This didn't take place over 3 months or 5 months. This took place in the first week. They were ended. It was almost like they were ended because I did it. But, we did a great job. In the history, and I appreciate what you said, Sheriff, because in the history, there's never been, and not me, all of us together, there has never been a border so secure as the southern border that we have. And now it's opened up. And don't kid yourself, they're coming in from the Middle East, and they're coming in and they're bad. they're coming in from the Middle East. I'd say, well, where are those people from? Sir, they're from Yemen. Oh, really, Yemen, right? How's that all about? They would dump them off in South America, and they make the journey up because it was easier to get through that way, through the southern border, and that stopped with us. That stopped fast. And now we have an open, really dangerous border, more dangerous than it's ever been in the history of our country. And we better go back fast. And, you know, I watch a couple of, even you people said that, well, we could start it immediately. Well, it's not going to go fast because you have to go back now and start the whole thing up with Mexico and with the 3 countries. It's not going to go that quickly. You know, they say, well, we should just immediately go back. It's not that easy. This was a lot of hard work and very good negotiation. We did great negotiation. And we did things like, we're going to charge you tariffs if you do this or if you do that. And all of a sudden they said, well, we'd love to have you have it your way. We want every point, every single point. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. So it's not that easy to go back. I will tell you, this is bad news for you, and you know it. And a lot of people like to say to the media, well, we could immediately, I saw it today, we should immediately go back to the Trump policy. It's not that easy now. It's not that easy. But we have a sick country in many ways. It's sick in elections and it's sick in the border. And if you don't have good elections and if you don't have a strong border, you don't have a country. So with that, we're going over to the border right now. But we're going to the real part of the border where there's real problems, not a part where you look around and you don't see anybody. We're going to admire the wall and how it works because wherever we have the wall, that's what made the big difference. It made a tremendous difference. And I just want to thank the people in this room. You have been incredible.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, you know, I come back with that video just to make you think. We had Trump at the border and did not make the news. Why? Because we had Bill Cosby released today. And don't forget what Trump stated. China is going to own America. And he repeated this statement. And we're starting to see the pieces to the puzzle come together. We are seeing the foundation of the crypto economy being built right in front of our eyes. Where everyone is distracted, the New World Order is moving fast forward. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.